So this is Sprues and Brews, and today we're having a look at
the brand new release of Shadow Wars Armageddon.
Very exciting for people who are fans of Necromunda. Big box full of buildings, orcs, space marines, and the new rules for the Shadow War system.
It might be quite difficult to get this actual complete box now, but they are releasing all the different sprues separate.
Yeah, so all the scenery is available separately. Obviously, any squad really from 40k you can use on the factions, and they're all on the website to download free as well. And the rulebook itself is available to order now.
Well, let's
yes, without ado, let's get into this big box. So, first of all, on the back, you can see some of the amazing looking scenery, which I'm really looking forward to building. I think you've already built up some of those, haven't you?
I have, yes. It's heavy, isn't it?
It is a hefty box.
The heavier box sets what I've done.
So, if we get inside this box, let's have a look what we've got. So, pop open the lids.
Would you call it really strange, or do you just feel like as soon as your hands touch this box, that it's just like, it just oozes quality?
It does.
Or am I weird?
No, it is a nice, bizarrely heavy quality artwork and covering. Yeah, it just feels good.
Yeah, I'm not saying
we're box connoisseurs, aren't we now?
Connoisseurs.
So, opening up the box, first of all, looks like we've got some orcs. So these are the old, I think they're quite old sprues now, but they've got all the weapon options for orc boys. I think there's a knob on the options as well, and a few heavy weapons. So with the Shadow War rules, you're able to put normally about 3 specialists who can have heavy weapons. Someone has to be a leader, so you can use the knob model on here. And you can actually build, even though it says 10 models, you can actually build 11 because there's separate legs and body for the knob, which is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
You also get some Space Marines. So Space Marine Scouts and Space Marine Snipers.
I think you've got enough for 5 standard scouts. So shotguns, there's a few bolters and stuff on there. And then you've also got a sprue of 5 heavy weapon scouts.
Yep, so we've got
particular sort of sniper rifles.
So sniper rifles, there's a missile launcher there as well. So that should cover all the options you can take, but all the Space Marine kits are fairly compatible anyway. So
yeah,
you can have some fun converting these guys up.
Again, it's one of their older kits, but it's still a nice kit.
I think it's still a nice kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bag of bases. Interestingly, they've recently released some bases which match the design on some of the walkways and panels.
So they look really good.
Yeah.
Or even the previously released Cities Realm of Battle ones.
Yeah, can't remember what the name of the Realm of Battle is, but the 40k Realm of Battle board basis. And this kind of game is begging for unique squads. You could take a squad from your current army and just port it over.
Yeah.
But I'm quite a fan of converting them up, putting the model's name on the base, get a bit of story going on, but
maybe painting the base the same colour as even just like painting the base the same colour as you've done the scenery.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so it all kind of make them just for Shadow Wars.
Yeah, it ties it all together.
Really tie it in.
So then the rest of the box is a massive pile of scenery. So we have got, this looks really cool. So domes and pipes and loads of details in here. Little hatches. Don't know if you can make that out. And it's all modular, isn't it? So
yep.
It fits together in a load of different ways.
There are only a couple of components which, like the big silos, which can be built one way and that's it. But then there are parts that can interconnect with it that are all interchangeable. So there's only literally a small number of points where you would glue them together.
Yeah, I mean you could put together a few small structures, glue them, and still have it modular as well. There's a load of different options you've got.
Oh yeah.
So we've got some kind of furnace or incinerator or something, some kind of engine system going on. Again, loads and loads of detail, lots of Mechanicum symbols, so fits my AdMech army quite well. And then I quite like this one, massive kind of silos, little door that even has
all
some
like
detail of cogs on there.
Yeah, all the sort of locking mechanisms and stuff like that. If you love painting little buttons and computer consoles and pipes, you're gonna have an absolute field day.
I painted all the consoles inside my Reaver Titan, so I think this scenery may take me a while there.
Yeah.
But it's so good, and good quality as well. It's the same kind of quality as a normal sprue.
Mm-hmm.
I think the terrain is made in China, so it isn't made with the other Games Workshop kits. But the quality's come on a long way from some of the older scenery kits that they've had.
Yeah, so the problem with some of the old scenery is because they were so thin.
Yeah.
That even when they seem to have parts where they kind of interlocked in to glue.
Yeah.
They would still have some movement, or they'd be quite tricky just to hold.
Yeah.
Whereas these feel a lot more structurally sound even without glue. So, yeah.
It's all very cool. So there's also some platforms and walkways and ladders and just stuff to add some fluff and cool bits.
We're really starting to see these like circles and modular bits on these ones.
So kind of like Lego really. There's little studs and holes where all this stuff can be put together in multiple ways. So you don't have to glue anything really, do you? Maybe a few little bits you do have to glue, but a lot of the walkways and platforms.
Some of my favourite bits, especially on this particular set, is like these. What would be like your not fencing, like your barricades.
Barricades and heat shields and stuff like that.
Where they just clip onto the edges of the walkways. All interchangeable. Just take
you've had a bit of a play with this kit already, haven't you? And started putting it together.
Yeah, but I it's like a kid in a sweet store building up a board using these. So
you get two of those as well. So a few platforms, quite a wide area. So you could probably fit, I don't know, a squad of models on there as well.
Yeah.
For 40k if you weren't using it for Shadow War. Like I said, this is easily at home in either game. And then you get some kind of supports and gantries to hold up the platforms, and again they've got the same studs in the top, so you just click in. You can glue them, but you don't need to.
You can use these to gain your additional levels.
Yeah, so you could have that platform, then another one above it, and get a massive structure. I mean, the sky's the limit, quite literally.
I think there's a little clock on one of them.
Clock. Well, on the
it's really cool.
Oh yeah, there we go.
I think it's a clock.
So. I don't know if you can make that out, but there's a little clock there. Again, just loads and loads of detail for a scenery kit, which often in the past you'd just dry brush and job done. There's loads to go at. Now this is one of my favourite sprues in the box. Some more platforms. It's got a cool little Mechanicum spider because why not?
Apparently it's got some mean rules as well.
Has it? I've not looked at the rules yet.
Yeah, I believe you don't want to be walking under that at the wrong time.
And finally, we get just some walkways and platforms, and again, they've got the same studs in the bottom, so they're just all interchangeable. You can combine these together with the little spacer pieces that they've got here. So with enough of them, you can have massive gantries going across your scenery. I think this might be one of the sprues that people want to pick up a few more of in the new kits that are coming out separately. Yeah. Okay, then we get some dice. So artillery dice and scatter dice, and just some normal D6s. And then we get a nice bit of artwork, which we've seen in Blood Bowl. Nice kind of box art on a card.
Like a separator sort of.
Yeah, which has had details of all the other separate kits you can get. So they're all available separately, and there's a few combinations of as well. Some will come with multiples of the same sprue. If you got a lot of them, you'd have a massive, scenery train.
Yeah.
It would be really, really cool. So in here we get some nice blast templates in a new red colour. I don't think they've done them before.
No, in red. Certainly impactful.
Might be the last we see of templates because of course they've gone in new 40k, but we'll still use them in here. We then get card templates with all your different statuses for hidden models, people who've run, little objective markers, so that's very nice. And again, if if you don't get the box game, you could easily make your own tokens, or
you can download them for free as well.
You can download them for free as well. There you go. So you can download them, print them out, and there you go. Sorted for the game.
The ones that do come in this box, you can feel like we're being really geeky here, but there's some high quality cards.
We do like some high quality cardboard on this channel, don't we?
Oh yes.
But it's the same kind of card stock as Silver Tower and Space Hawk. So yeah, good stuff. And then finally we get to the real meat, the rulebook and instructions. So if we have a quick
flick through this.
Through the book.
Now the book that is, I think at the time of videoing, is still on pre-order, but is out very soon, is the same rule book that you would get in this box. However, they've included, you can download them for free, but they've got more warbands that are available, such as Skitarii, such as Tyranids, more recently
Sisters of Bastila in there as well, which is cool. And if you've already got this one, you're not too put out, you can download the rules for free as well for the other factions off the website, or buy the standalone book if you got them all in a hard copy, which is nice. So we've got obviously the instructions for all the kits in the box and the instructions for the scenery, but I think it's fairly easy to go together, isn't it?
This is. I'd be tempted to. Yeah, like I mentioned previously, there are some parts, like, for example, the big silo bits, which obviously go together. But the instructions state to have certain things in certain ways. But a lot of it for the scenery, that's for one particular layout. Have a play.
Yeah, I mean, you do get a lot of scenery in the box. That's what you can build with just the contents. Another shot at the front there. With multiple sets of this, you could do a massive industrial kind of board, which we're looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
So, little quick start card with summary of the rules and the main features, which is nice to have. There's a little reference aid on the battlefield. And then we get to the book itself. It's a paperback book, good quality. We've got all the fluff of Armageddon and the various wars that happen there, into the rules and the characteristics, and
I think it breaks the rules down into a couple of, you got the very basic rules, then it builds up to adding an extra element, and then finally you really advance sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think it's quite a modular system. You can play at whatever level you want to, just straight off the reference card, basic rules, or throw in your own homebrew stuff, go into super hyper detail, so all the old fear, hatred, frenzy.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You're not going to use them in a normal game, but you can do.
Yeah.
So then we get obviously weapons profiles, and in the book you get rules for the Imperial Guard, or Bastila Militarium as they're known now, the Space Marine Scouts and the Orcs. Then all the other factions you can download online.
You've got, for every different sort of warband, they all come with their own weapons and equipment lists, but this core rulebook also covers your basic equipment,
so
like
generic
telescopic sights,
visors and stuff like that,
and things like that.
And we've got some nice, as you'd expect, some nice artwork of painted models, and like we said earlier, I think it's really, really nice to be able to go to town and convert up some guys.
Really give your guys some personalisation.
Yeah, which would be cool. And then obviously you get the missions as well. So you've got the main rule set, which you could just use in your own games, but then there's some structured missions which you can put together in a bit of a campaign kind of event, really.
There's actually even a mission if you're playing a campaign, which only comes into play if you capture an enemy troop.
That's cool. I remember from Gorka Morka where you could capture the enemy's war boss, and there'd be a special campaign where you go into their base and try and retrieve them, and stuff like that's just cool from a narrative point, and for banter on the battlefield.
Yeah, nobody likes to see Squad Sergeant Bruce something getting stomped on by an orc and being removed from play completely.
You've got to avenge him. It's got to be done.
You've got to avenge him.
So also there's a not quite to the detail of Necromunda, but there is an experience system where you nominate a person after each battle if they survive, and grant them different skills, which is cool. And there's random charts for what skills they get. Have a little look at it there. So yeah, it's going to be fun, I think, this game.
We at this time we've both not had a game yet, have we?
No, so
but we
will be playing, and we'll cover a couple of games on here as well to show you what we see. One cool thing as well is the main kind of victory point system is Promethean caches, which you gain over the course of the battle, and I believe you win the campaign, which you've got X caches.
Yeah, which is really down to how many caches you want to go up to. I mean, the idea is once you reach the number of caches that you've agreed to, you have one more game then to see if you can win the campaign overall. Now,
one interesting thing, you can spend those to increase your force with what they call special operatives. So getting Terminators and Apothecaries for the Space Marines, or say a Mock or a squad of Gretchen for the Orcs, which is really cool. And they're all fluffy kits tied into their armies, so the Inquisition can take some cool stuff.
I've not read the entire rule book cover to cover yet, but nothing seems to be too overpowered. They've really thought about the operatives and thought, we don't, even though it might be scary to think, there's going to be a Gene Stealer running around. Don't forget these your operatives don't gain experience like your normal guys.
And you've only got them for a single game as well. So and it's costing you a victory point essentially to have them. So it is a good balance of those. So if somebody's come into an existing campaign, everyone's got better forces, you can always house rule that on the first game they get an operative just to level the playing field maybe.
Yeah. But as starter boxes go, I mean, it's a shame we may not see a massive number of these now. But if you can get your hands on one, I certainly would recommend it. Even if you can buy them all individually, it's nice to have the whole sort of boxed game.
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a soft spot for the Games Workshop boxed games. They are always really high quality and good, and hopefully we see some Shadow War campaigns on other planets maybe. Shadow War Necromunda, Shadow War Terror, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we've already seen Games Workshop have already released as a download an additional mission which is more focused on, whereas the missions in this book are more concerned around two-player games.
Yeah.
They've already released a mission which is purely focused on multiple people, multiple armies fighting.
Yeah, so for people who like Triumph and Treachery is one of our favourite games from the end of 8th edition fantasy, and we've often adopted that into other games because there's nothing like making alliances then immediately betraying people and backstabbing, and we're just like those kind of people, aren't we?
Thinking a turn ahead, then suddenly you might not get your turn until... and it just throws all your tactics out the window.
So, and this free PDF is something you could adapt as well. You could use it as the foundation of a campaign system with, everything being multiple games maybe.
Maybe if you win a campaign in Shadow Wars, you gain an additional bit of scenery, or it changes the way your army's set up in a proper game of 40k.
Yeah,
perhaps.
It'll be interesting to see the links to this in 40k proper. Maybe have a series of games. 40k, Shadow War, they all impact each other in different ways. I'm sure there's some fun stuff that we can do with this box.
Oh yeah.
So that is Shadow War Armageddon. It unfortunately you can't get the box set anymore, but the rule book's available now. The scenery is amazing, and buy it because it's ace.
Some of it is available now, some of it is up for pre-order quite recently.
Yeah. By the time this video goes out, a lot of the scenery is probably going to be out, available to buy. Go for it, give it a try. If you play, let us know what you think of the game.
If you've built your own boards and scenery, let's have a look. Let's get some ideas together of how you can piece together your scenery kits. Maybe throwing in some of the old Warhammer 40k scenery pieces, see how it all flows together.
Certainly we'll be having a closer look at some of the scenery pieces once we've built and painted them, and you should see them on our battlefield when we're playing Shadow War.
Yeah.
So this has been Sprues and Brews, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.